Blessings, everyone. I'm so excited to be coming in here live and speaking with you about deprogramming energetic structures. I just want to tell you a little bit about who I am. So, those of you that don't know, you have a little bit of understanding. I am a multidimensional being, so I'm a seer. So, I have the ability to kind of see between the lines and be able to see into the worlds within the worlds. I'm as well a gatekeeper and a matrix keeper, which means that I have access to the energetics that are coming into the planet and great understanding of what's occurring on many levels here as we ascend. And I know this group is very much about the ascension of the Earth Creatrix. So this is a very this is definitely a subject and an area that I find great resonance with. So once again, I'm very grateful to be in this space and sharing with you something of true importance. You know, I've been witnessing and working with the karmic energies, and we've had the ability to step off of the karmic structure, the karmic wheel, for 5-6 years now, but many people, they're not aware of this. So that is one of the messages that I have been sharing through programs, one of which was called Cellular Ascension, that really went down into the cellular structures and release the density and kind of the remnants of, all that we've been carrying along for many lifetimes. So but during this time, and what I have been asked to come in and speak to you about, is something called Karmic Seals. So Karmic Seals are structures that are very highly dynamic. They're multifaceted structures, and they have consciousness and are found in the body as well as in your fields. So what they do is they transmit information into the mind and the body through electro network that holds in place what is needed for individual growth. So these very structures, they regulate the information and energy that can come into an individual and how much they can receive from the universe. So all of these different ways that we have been kind of plucking away and figuring out, what about our abundance? Why are we not receiving? These very structures are what monitor that. So I've been really blessed to be given the information and how to deactivate these, to deprogram them, because they have served a purpose. So it's so important to know that everything that we have done, all the lessons, which is very much what the Karmic Seals are working with, all of those nagging and annoying lessons about relationships. This comes in the form of like dysfunctional relationships, or your energy feeling like it's being drained, you being able to reclaim your power, feelings that you are lacking something in your life, like there's not enough, or you become dependent on someone else. You find yourself kind of having to have other people, or so there's so many of them, even the physical body that's experiencing like ongoing health issues, especially in like the jaw and the teeth and the like migraines. Those are really big things that really tell you that karmic seals are very active in your space. So how they work is when you are given a lesson, the universe it truly kind of triggers it, and it brings to you all the energetics that match that. So these structures, they are released or neutralized when a cycle is complete, and the universe is able to see itself in you. So the only way for you to really overcome, or to be able to open up those pathways that so many people are speaking about, and so many people have created so many different ways to get to this, but without deactivating the actual structure that is pulling these things in, it's going to continue to do that. So what people don't know really is that we've reached a place now in our evolutionary process that these seals, they are no longer needed, but our free will allows us to keep them in place. So when we look at the Akashic record, and knowing that the Akashic record is made of levels, there's different levels. Most people are working really in what's more of a lower level Akash, and when you're working in this level, it's so easy to keep pulling in more and more of this energy. But in order to really open up into that higher level and to be able to sustain the energetics on the planet right now, more of that 5, 6, 7, 9, dimensional energies, which are very true. This is definitely something that is possible, that you have this ability to open this up and to be able to create here with the earth, because Mother Earth has already ascended into these levels. So now, through your free will, you have the opportunity, you can continue to set and spin and pull these things in and allow for these karmic seals to be there. Or you can choose differently. That's something that, when this came in for me, I was a little bit shocked, because most of the time working on cellular levels and working with people's light codes within their DNA and being truly blessed with the gift to activate those, I've noticed, of course, there's seals that are around the DNA. And then whenever it came to me that these seals are actually in our fields and in our physical bodies, and how they operate and how they work, it almost seemed defeating to me at first. It's like, how are people going to move forward? And this is something that I'm really seeing people that are full, that have been doing the greatest work, full of light right now, as the planet ascends, as we're ascending these lower levels, that 3D and that 4D is being penetrated by more of that lower density energy. So if it's being penetrated by that lower density energy, more of that energy is making its way into the seals, that are monitoring your lessons. So you can be complete, just repeating over and over again the same lessons, and the intensity of them are increasing because the amount of energy that is pouring into those lower levels. So in order to truly, we have to deactivate it. We have to release these seals so that you have the potential and the ability, you have the ability to reach your potential. You have the ability to know what it's like to have those pathways truly aligned. I'm not talking like just these small energetic, alignments. I'm talking about true alignments. I'm talking being able to connect into Mother Earth and receive within her library what is there for you. Being able to connect from your own heart to those that are out before you, those hearts that are meant for you, that soul tribe that is there. This is really the way that we're going to be able to do this, because it's really done in unity. People speak about unity and they speak about grace and peace, but in order to really truly feel and understand what those are and the depths of them, it comes with the release and moving out of these old constructs and these old structures that have been here for far too long. We're really ready, and each one of you carry very important pieces for the whole. So it's become now more important than ever for us to be looking at these seals, dissolving them, and being able to open up more to straight connection. So one of the things that I have been asked to create is called Karmic Liberation. So Karmic Liberation works with dismantling the identities. It also works with dismantling the patterns and the structures that are happening within your fields and within your life, and also working on those karmic seals. So each person, we have multiple karmic seals that we came in with to teach us. Hi Cheryl, thank you for joining me. There's quite a bit of information already shared, so do feel free to listen back. But if you would like for me to scan and see, do an assessment on what seals or how many seals that you have there and any messages to give you, inspiration now, like what it is that can be done now for you, let me know. Just place yes below and I'll look at that, Cheryl. So during this time, I've been asked to create something called Karmic Liberation, and this is a three calls to support you with dismantling the identities, for really going into the energetics, releasing the seals that are present, and allowing for you to receive the tools and those pathways being liberated, so that you really do have that connection into Mother Earth and into your heart and the soul tribes that are out there, because we're not doing this alone. It takes all of us to do this. And then also into their cosmic connections, those that have contracted, to support you here on the earth plane, but also above. So contracts is something else that we go into within this karmic liberation process. So I did post a link above for any of you that are interested, and to dive deeper into what it is that the karmic seals are and what I've been asked to bring forward now. And I'm very passionate about it and compassionate. So with this, also for the first 6 people that have not experienced cellular ascension, which is a process that creates a structure for you, and it goes down into the DNA levels, into the cellular structures, and releases all of the built up stagnant energy. So I'm offering this 4-week program free for the first 6 people that commit to doing the karmic seal release, because it is, it's a little bit just seeing those that are full of so much light right now and watching how they're being knocked over and pulled back down into this denser energy, and knowing that this is the very key, the thing that can help, dissolve and release the way that this energy is making it in. So know that this process is very powerful, very dynamic, very leading edge. But for the first 6 that decide to make this investment into their future, and that are done being pushed by this energy and done being pulled back down, because there's nothing like watching so many that have been cultivating their life, that have been on this path, experiencing what it's like to be in this new earth energy and being pulled down at this time and being sideswiped, by things, and it's not necessary. It's absolutely not necessary. So that's kind of my spill on that, and more information's above at the link. So coming to you, Sherry, I'm just going to scan in. Yes, Becky. Hi, Becky. Yeah, it's I do feel like it's important to let you know right now I speak light language, so it's a language, I was activated, or I should say received the gifts of the Holy Spirit when I was 12 years old. So a lot of the language that I speaks right to the hearts of the people. So you may hear that as I'm working with you, and you'll also hear this within Karmic Liberation, because I'm able to speak to the cellular structures into the creation process that's occurring within your body, so that we make sure that everything's aligning and happening, in perfect order for you, knowing that each one of us has, a different design. We all have a different matrix, and I very much honor this whole process. So that's something that you'll also witness within Karmic Liberation. But as I tune in, Cheryl, I wanted you to know that, because you're going to hear that. So, all right, tuning in. They're telling me 321, Cheryl, and they are telling me that you have 112 of them that are active right now. That sounds like a whole lot, but you're also talking about fine energy streams. So remembering that these karmic seals, they all have consciousness. So this consciousness, you've contracted in this agreement to fulfill these certain lessons. So these are different facets. So 112 facets, if you will, of energetics that are currently active and playing out for you. So what they're telling me, they're really bringing forward, the word that they keep bringing forward is integrity. And sometimes when people hear the word integrity, they kind of get defensive. But this can be integrity with your energy, integrity with your words, with who you are. And, integrity is a whole topic on its own, because you can be completely in integrity with who you are and not be in integrity with the stream of consciousness that most of humanity's in. So what they're saying here is, just we're sending in some beautiful light here just to illuminate within you who it is that you are, and allowing you to really align with this truth. They're saying that there's many things that are kind of coming at you right now that are making you kind of wobble in this. So they're saying remain in integrity with what it is that you know is truth. And how do you know it's truth? Dropping into your heart, spending that time cultivating that within you, so that you can have this knowing no matter what's coming at you, no matter who it is, what they have. right now is a time, you know, when I first began my journey 6 years ago, when I was really called out to start doing groups, they told me the beginning was teaching people, you know, it's time to get in your heart, and now it's way past time. So they're saying just really be in that space and trust what it is that you are being shown and guided, even though sometimes it doesn't make sense to the mind. You have this, Cheryl, so really listen to what's being shown there. So coming to you now, Becky. They're really showing me 54 right now, Becky. They're showing me 54 seals. And earlier I kind of shared a little bit about what the seals are and how they transmit this information into the body. So what I'm seeing is that you have 36 of these that are active right now. So it's interesting because I just keep being shown like this level of mastery that you're at right now. And it's like you're right at that breaking point of it. And so things are just like, just kind of plowing in. So with this, the 36 seals and the lessons that are being presented to you, they're telling me 13 of them are like full on, like they are just activated. So 13 of them have energy continuously pouring into them. So I'm not certain exactly what's going on in your life right now, but what they're really showing me is that you're really clearing up some karmic stuff. So with this, you know, the level, they just keep saying mastery, mastery. So they're really wanting to bring through a message of mastery for you. So I'm just going to be present with this. And when I say they, I feel it's important for me to share this with you. So how I operate is I am connected to the highest level of me, and I communicate directly with your oversoul. So an oversoul is the whole complex that you are, your whole multidimensional self. So I don't utilize my senses on this level. I don't do anything straight across. Everything is done from a higher level, because truly, going straight across, it convolutes things, and it makes it so much more difficult, especially in this energy. So coming back to the mastery for you, Becky, what I'm hearing is I keep hearing not to surrender. Don't surrender, you've got this. They're saying that it's almost like you pushing through something. It's like, oh, and then it pushes you back, and then you push again, and it pushes you back. So the 13 of them, they're really working on you. So definitely mastery of emotions is a big one for you. They're saying you being able to understand the different, I call them constructs, so the different elements of emotions. And this is something that you've been working at for some time, especially in this life. And it's something that you really help others with understanding too. But you're taking this to a new level. So don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of taking it to that next level. Because what's going to be opened up there is like a whole, what I'm seeing, like a stream of access to energy and understandings that are ready to be seen here on the planet in terms of emotions. Because, truly emotions, they are constructs, and we have the ability to decide how they influence or impact us. And as we know, many people, they allow them to gauge them. So this is also something that I'm seeing with within those that are even holding some of the highest light. Their emotions, the fear is derailing them, and they're dropping back down into these old streams. So what you're doing right now, Becky, is allowing you to kind of move into that higher level and start accessing things from a higher dimension here. And, we can touch those, but those of us, for myself, I'm an embodier, so it's and a pioneer. So for me, I have to really go into it and fully embody it and then bring it forward. And what they're saying is this is a piece for you to fully embody, so that you're kind of that walking vessel, because it's only done in the becoming. Whenever we are, what it is that we're bringing through, that's where the transformation takes place on the planet. And that's how other people can remember who they are too. Yeah, it's beautiful, Becky. Hi, Olivia, welcome. Hi, Terry. So if you ladies would like for me to look in, I'm not even sure where I'm at on time. If you guys would like for me to do an assessment on your karmic seals, how many are there and how many are active right now, And also any messages that come through, feel free to post yes. Yes, Becky, you're so welcome. But for everyone that is listening to this now and going forward, knowing that it's going to reach many people, just sending in some pure light frequencies for you, just dissolving any illusions, any untruths that are trying to hold you or pull you back into realities that are truly crumbling, knowing that there is so much support here, and it really is that time. Don't allow fear and, all of this old junk to pull you back into what you've already done. There's no way backwards anymore, guys. It's so much more forward, and we're really going to start surrendering in and joining together in incredible ways. So much coming in and forward for us on the planet during these beautiful transformations. All right, Terry, coming to you. 168 karmic seals that are active. And I know that you may not have heard the beginning, but I shared how karmic seals are actually multifaceted structures that have consciousness, and they're found in the body, but they're also found in the DNA. So this is something that one of the programs that I've previously worked with and had so many people go through, called Cellular Ascension, which is something that I'm offering to the first 6 people that join the Karmic Liberation. And I made this extremely affordable because I'm very passionate about this right now, because it's so sometimes a little difficult to see, what I see as my sisters and brothers kind of dropping and being pulled down into this stuff that they've already done. It's just ridiculous to me. So anyway, the Cellular Ascension for the first 6 people, I'm offering that if you join the Karmic Liberation. So coming to you, the 168, Terry, they're telling me 48 that are very active right now. I'm just seeing if there's any messages for you, Terry, that need to come through. They're showing me a lot of light. So they're speaking about you opening up to new potentials, you opening up to what it is that the divine or your higher self is bringing in for you. It's almost like you open the door and then the light starts to come in and then you close it. So they're saying for you to really allow for what's coming forward, because that's what's going to give you the strength and the clarity on the questions that you have, because they're saying you have a lot of questions. So it's done through that light, because you have this connection, what I'm seeing here, to, it looks, it's different strands of light, but I always go back to the rays of creation here. So when you look at the rays of God, there's the 12 rays a lot of people talk about, but there's actually a lot more than that. But there's these different facets that are really wanting to work with you, and they are going to liberate and allow for you to bring forward what it is on a heart level that you're here to do. So it looks like you've been working a lot on a surface level. It's almost like you've been kind of plowing away, or you could say shedding off pieces of you, and you've allowed for parts of you to be seen, but they're saying the door has to be completely open. So trust this. Trust what's coming in for you, Terry. And they're just speaking about how you're kind of afraid, that you're scared of, how it will be, or how things will be met. But I promise every one of you, if you follow the vision, if you follow the heart-centered vision, things always open up. And yes, things do fall away, but that is the nature of life. The nature of it is to rebirth. And in order for us to become, what it is that we truly came here for, we have to be willing to rebirth, and to step forward in our truths as we continuously evolve. We're self-evolving beings. We were not meant to be stagnant, and that's something that's really coming in through here for you, Terry. Coming to you, Olivia. 542 is the number that they're showing me. And 67 are active right now. So what this means is that the energetics are coming in, and there are certain specific lessons that are being activated. So when these are activated, that means that, it's almost like the whole universe is like, hey, look, open place. So then it starts pouring in more and more opportunities for that lesson to be seen, and for you to respond. So know that these seals, they really have served a purpose, and that, now that we're in a place that we can, release these, and be able to come into that higher state of being, which really what it is us reclaiming our power, saying, hey, you know what, we know we're powerful enough to transmute and to move forward. We no longer need these. And that's what's happened on the planet, and that's why this karmic seal release process came through. So with all of that said, Olivia, I'm just going to tune in and see if there's any other messages here for you. What they're showing me, Olivia, is there's a lot of lessons around, it's ancestral energy, but it's almost like magic, like ancestral magic. So you have within your lineage some past kind of misuse of power that's coming through. So what they're saying is like, this has really discouraged you in this life. So whenever you go to step out, whenever you go to step out, it's almost like something cuts you off. So there's this kind of battle that they're showing me that's going on here between what was chosen from the ancestral levels and who you are now. So it's almost like as soon as you go to present yourself, you get shut. So that's what's happening with 12 of these seals, 12 of the 67 that are active. So that is really not allowing you to move forward, not allowing you to really step into that light and into your truth. So releasing and working on this seal, it's going to take you back into the ancestral lineage and allow for you to recode that. And that's going to clear it forwards and backwards and open up those pathways, because you have it lined up. So it's got to be confusing for you because you have so much lined up right now that is trying to make its way in to support you, because you have this really deep inner calling is what I'm hearing. And with this inner calling, you're being kind of moved forward, but then there's something that keeps pushing you back. So through this release process, this would allow you to really stream that and recode it so you can move forward there. Hi, blessings. Okay, let's see. Tanyana, not so good with names. Yes, I can work with you, and then that'll probably be the last one. So just clearing the space, sending a lot of love to you, Olivia. I can see how much, everything that we do, this is for you, Olivia, but for everyone here, all of the transformations and the decisions that we make, it allows for these possibilities for the whole planet. So we're really plucking and recoding and redesigning potentials for others. So I'm really, really grateful for each one of you and coming to you, Olivia, because I know this has not been easy, and I can see how this has played out through your whole life. So know that you're right here on the brink of something just incredible. So coming to you, Tanya. Six 641 karmic seals that are showing themselves, and ones that are more primarily active right now. Wow. Okay, 312. So it's quite a bit. Oh my gosh. That means that you're a very active woman right now. You're really being shown quite a bit, and you're filtering through. So they're showing me a lot about bravery and courage for you, that you're really stepping onto this path and allowing for things to be seen. Hi, Sarah. They're saying to continue and allow for things to be shown to you. So, a lot of times it's really easy for us whenever something comes up for us to just allow ourselves to be dropped into it, and then we, We feel all of these emotions, which is important. It's so important for us to feel them, but know that these emotions, they're not us, that they're really something that you can speak to. So here I'm being asked to remind you of this. Yes, oh yeah, I can. There's so much happening over there for you. So speak to them and see what it is that they came here to teach you. And understand that everything is creation. Everything has consciousness. So if it all has consciousness and it's showing up for you now and it's making its way into your life, why is it here? Speak to it. And what happens is we get it intertwined in with the emotions, and then we think the emotions are us, and then we take them on, then our body suffers, and then things happen. But if you allow for them to come to you and just witness, what it is they're showing you, and not feel, it's really easy for us to take all this on like a weight, right? Like, oh, I've done all of this. I mean, I must have done something, because all this is here. But a lot of times it's because you're brave enough, because you have enough courage to show up on the planet right now, and you said that you would do this because you knew you were strong enough. So do know this, each one of you, if you're here and you're witnessing this and you're getting pulled down into things, you're being sideswiped by them, know that that is what I've been asked to create the Karmic Liberation for. This will begin September 10th is kind of the date that I'm being shown. There's information above. There's nothing about when it starts, but September 10th is the dates that I'm being guided to open the space up for. So know that for the first 6 people, the cellular ascension, which has been highly, highly supportive for so many people, that whole process, that whole course, plus the gateways. I'm also including the gateways. There's 6 gateways there. All of that included into the Karmic Liberation for the first 6 people if you've not done the cellular ascension process. So know that that is all there for you, and you can redo the cellular ascension process, and that helps release it on those deeper levels. So as we deactivate the structures that are holding them, it also purifies and cleanses them from all of you. So this is a beautiful time to be joining with each one of you. Thank you for the opportunity to connect with you all. So sending so much love into each of your hearts as you move through and into this new light. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them here, or also feel free to message me them. So I am here and I'm in service. I'm purely all in. So many, many blessings. And thank you, Catherine, for opening up this space and allowing for me to connect with your beautiful tribe. Blessings and bye for now.